What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be discussing the Chicago Bulls defeat against the Oklahoma City Thunder. We have versed them twice already this season and we've ended up losing both times. We will no longer have to face them for the remainder of the season, which would be a good thing because every time we do face them, we see the struggles. We get absolutely destroyed in these games as well. Let's talk about this Bulls and OKC game in this video. It was a bit of a weird one, I would say. Before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls game today, your player of the game performer, as well as did you think the Bulls succeeded in their goal of playing without Zach LaVine? Did you think this was a positive step in the right direction in the sense that Zach LaVine didn't play and the Bulls still found a way to fight in this game? Or do you think, again, it doesn't really matter if Zach LaVine plays or not. Zach LaVine is not the main issue, and there's a whole bunch of people that need to be put on blast for these types of performances. We lost this game 116 to 102. The OKC Thunder skyrocketed their record to 11-4, while the Bulls are sitting miserably at 5-11. It's crazy to think, even last year, that we were a 500 team scoring at least 110 points per game. Now you're looking at the Bulls, they could barely scratch over 100 most games. And I'll be honest, this is one of the better Bulls performances I've seen in a long time. I get it, Detroit was an outlier, 119 points. The Utah Jazz was a good game as well, that was 130 points. But outside of that, when the Bulls crack 100, I honestly think this is the best we're going to see from the Chicago Bulls on most nights. There's not going to be many nights when we go above 110 or where we go and really take the game to another team and actually have the lead for the vast majority of the game. This game in many ways took precedent of what happened in the past couple of games. With obviously the Miami Heat game, the second time around where they had to lead the whole game and they kept the lead. Basically, this was the exact same. The first game against Miami in which we stole the win, we were down the whole game. The Magic games, for both of them, we were down the whole game. We've never really had a lead and kept the lead in a significant period of time. And this is the exact thing that we saw in this game against the Oklahoma City Thunder as well. I don't actually think we had the lead the whole game. So that's something that at the end of the day is frustrating. But at the end of the day, it's kind of to be expected at this point. Now, I'll give credit where it's due for the Bulls. I did see hard work. I did see fight. I did see players wanting to make the difference. I did see players stepping up in the absence of Zach LaVine, who had right foot soreness issues, whatever it is. But he took the game off, essentially. And the Bulls, there were players that stepped up and tried to take control. Those are good things, right? But I think we also failed in many ways. And I'm going to direct it to the coaching staff. Billy Donovan, I think, failed the Chicago Bulls today. Now, that's not a surprise. People want him gone. People think he's failed already. But this was a step that I feel like it was kind of like a test. If the Bulls passed this test, maybe we could have seen what it would look like if we could retool the team and bring some assets in that could work around the team that we have. But unfortunately, when you think about Zach LaVine, that seems to take the priority of the Chicago Bulls, and we ignore other things around the team. But Billy Donovan, in my opinion, is equally one of these people that has to be leaving the Chicago Bulls. If you have any chance in your heart of retooling this team, Billy Donovan has to go. There were so many poor decisions that he made in this game that led us to lose and to not come back in the fourth quarter. But let's talk about the one thing that he did do well. He took the ball out of Shai's hands in the third quarter of that game. That led to multiple turnovers for the OKC Thunder. That led the Bulls coming back from an 11-point game to make it a fight into a single-digit game. And maybe even at times a one-possession game. We brought it back because we took the ball out of Shai's hands. We blitzed him. We double-teamed him. Other guys didn't step up to the plate. And it was a really good stretch for the Chicago Bulls in the third quarter. That was good to see. That's the only adjustment that I think actually semi-worked for the Chicago Bulls. Keep in mind, Shai dropped 40 points. So, it worked for a quarter. It didn't work for the whole game. But let's look at the offensive side of things for the Chicago Bulls. I want to ask a question. Kobe White had the hot hand for 3 out of the 4 quarters in this game. Was balling out, making open threes, making contested threes, really made a big impact on this game offensively. And OKC, for whatever reason, could not stop Kobe White. How many points? Not even that. How How many shots did Kobe White have in the fourth quarter? Can someone please answer it for me? It's at least 1 or 2. But do you think a guy that was the most efficient player on the Chicago Bulls today, a guy that kept us in this game when it all felt lost, again, for the first quarter and the second quarter of this game, it was Ayo and Kobe versus the rest. No one else made a difference offensively for the Chicago Bulls. It was Ayo and Kobe. At least in the first half. Patrick Williams came alive. DeMar DeRozan took over in the fourth. But for the first half, it was Kobe and Ayo versus the rest. That's what it was. A guy that was cooking all game. How many shots did he have in the fourth quarter? Why can't Billy Donovan play the hot hand? What's the point in keeping Kobe White in the game, let alone just sit him in the corner for him to not to get the ball? What's the point in having that? And to an extent, that also goes to playing style, allowing DeMar DeRozan to take over. Yes, he had a big fourth quarter. He put a lot of points on the board. He got to the line. DeMar DeRozan did some really good things in this game. But Kobe White was a guy that was more efficient, a guy that made more threes. He made more of a difference from the place that we need to shoot better in. And in the fourth quarter, I did not notice him one single bit because he very rarely got the ball. That's not good enough. That's a coaching error. You should be saying to your guys, look, DeMar, you can handle the ball. You're a ball handler. That's what you do. But we got to ride Kobe White. He's the hot hand. We've got to get the ball in his hands and his possessions and allow him to make the difference. It's not even just the shots I'm looking at. It's passing. It's putting the pressure on the OKC defense. Clearly, they're going to prioritize Kobe White when he has 23 points and he's our best scorer on the night. He can make a difference playmaking-wise because the pressure will be on him as well. So why did we not get him the ball in the fourth quarter? I think that's a coaching error. I really do. And that's why I think Billy Donovan let the fans down this time out. You can't blame Zach LaVine for this loss. You can't do it. I get it. He's the most topical discussion of the Chicago Bulls, and he will be until he gets traded. But where's the blame for Zach LaVine today? There is no blame for Zach LaVine today. The fact of the matter is, there's deeper issues in the Chicago Bulls that go beyond Zach LaVine, and we kind of been exposed to them very truly in this game against the OKC Thunder. And I think Billy Donovan is one of them. I think for the better of things, Vucevic is one of them as well. I know he made 2 of 4 from the three-point line today, but the guy's shooting 24% from 3. Why is he continuing to take those shots when he has 2 centers in there that are not stronger than him? And he doesn't want to attack the paint. And when the double teams happen, he tends to pass out. He does well. He passes out of the paint. He gets people open. Alex Caruso, Patrick Williams, all these guys got open from Vucevic post plays. But why wasn't that a key thing in this game? Why are we sending Vucevic to pick and pops now? I don't get it. I don't understand it. I never will understand it. But there's failures in this team. There's failures offensively. Again, 14 points in the first quarter for the vast majority of it is disrespectful to the fans that paid money to watch this game. It's truly as simple as that. Having 2 players step up and the rest of them being absolutely mediocre is unacceptable in this type of game. But that's the type of team that we're dealing with. Again, OKC are the better side. I saw a comment saying that that we were playing to OKC's level in the sense that OKC, I guess, are playing down to their opponents. I saw a comment saying something like that, saying OKC are playing down to our level, saying that we are better than them and they are, you know, I don't know how to explain it. It's a situation, again, either way, I think you know what I mean. In the sense that OKC were playing down to our level. That's what it was. But in reality, the Bulls are not better than the OKC Thunder. They're 11-4. I think people are disrespecting this OKC Thunder team, and they need to put more respect on their name. It's as simple as that. OKC are better. If anything, well, nothing really happened. The outcome was the correct outcome. OKC are the better team, and they beat the Bulls. For a certain stretch, yes, OKC played to our level. Because, you know, we sucked, and they sucked in the third quarter. They did. But by the end of it, their quality outshined ours. And that's something we've got to take on the chin. And we've got to step up and move up from it. The next game is against the Toronto Raptors. My player of the game is Kobe White. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this game. Thank you all so much for watching. Drop a like and a follow. And or subscribe if you are new. I will see you in the next Chicago Bulls related video. And watch along if you're watching those live streams as well. Come in for the live streams. They're fun. Anyway, have a wonderful and safe day. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned. for more. Take care and peace.